2 years and 2 months after that afternoon in April, both doctors swore affidavits. What the certificates did not say, they now said. The emergency physician who signed the first one explained the word he had written. His primary concern when asked to assess someone, he swore, is the well-being of the patient in front of me. He had suggested that he engage in a voluntary admission for the purpose of assessment, as I believed he suffered from paranoia. Mr. Abbass, as was his right, did not consent to a voluntary admission. Then the sentence the certificate does not contain. I did not have any real concern with him posing a risk to the general public, but I did believe a confrontation with the police risked harm to others. That is the man who signed the first certificate. The psychiatrist who signed the second swore hers 2 weeks earlier. That April, the Court of Appeal had asked whether the physicians simply lend their authority to what the police asked them to do. In June, she swore, I did not detain Mr. Abbass because the police brought him to the hospital. She said she was able to exclude most mental disorders, but wanted longer than an emergency room allowed. My belief at the time was that an involuntary admission was in his best interests. She had also sworn this. I was not able to determine if his anger and concerns with the government being after him were within the normal range, and understandable as he had just been taken in custody by the police, or were in the abnormal range. Her certificate gives one reason. Further observation was necessary in order to establish Mr. Abbass' personal safety as well as public safety. When the judge read it, the second certificate does not identify any mental disorder. She was discontinued as a respondent before the hearing. The judgment proceeded against the hospital alone. He read the first the same way. It states symptoms consistent with paranoia, and against that, no facts are set out to support this statement. And the rule, a practitioner must provide written notes with sufficient factual detail to support the issuance of the certificate. The affidavits were sworn in 2017. The certificates were signed in 2015. The burden was never mine. It sat with the person or authority that detains to establish that the deprivation of liberty was lawful, and with it, a duty to make a return to the court of all documents and other evidence pertaining to the lawfulness of the detention. In the finding, the hospital has not produced evidence to show that the detention of the applicant on April 7, 2015 was lawful. The application is granted. An order of habeas corpus is granted, 3 years and 20 days after they took me. No court examined what the police did. What the judgment says, and what it doesn't, is next. Every document in full, paradigmslip.ca/badfaith.